Blessings and welcome to the path to freedom. This absolutely amazing path where we get to continuously set ourselves free to be in ever expanding love and joy and harmony and abundance, where we get to set ourselves free to forever allow for greater and grander expressions of who we are to emerge, and where we get to set ourselves free from the lower vibrations of fear and worry and doubt and all of these. So my name is Daniel Roquéo, and I'm very grateful that you're choosing to join me, that you're tuning in to this beautiful space, that you are willing to walk this beautiful path. So today we are having a conversation around trust. And as we're moving along the path of manifestation, the path of freedom and the path of manifestation, I have lots and lots and lots of conversations with individuals that move into, they may have caught a vision, they may have caught an intention, they may have caught a dream for their lives, something that they wish to call into their experience or wish to experience in their lives. But I so often hear people say, what if I can't do it? What if it's not possible? What if I don't have it within me? What if I'm not able? And they may follow that up with, because I'm too this, or I'm too that, or I'm not enough of this, or I'm not enough of that. And that is so beautiful, because that leads us into having a conversation about who and what it is that we are trusting. So many of us are putting our trust in our little selves. We are taking it upon ourselves to make the manifestation happen. We believe that it is up to us to make it happen. And if we don't do it, it is not going to get done. However, that is not how anything works. If we look at nature, and I absolutely love looking at nature, not only because it's beautiful and very peaceful, but also because nature is such a magnificent teacher. So as we look at nature, we can look at any seed. We can take an acorn, we can take a rose seed, we can take an apple seed or a lilac seed or whatever. We can take whatever we choose to take. We take that seed and we witness it. We put it into the ground and we provide the right conditions. Yes, the seed needs the right temperature, it needs sunlight, it needs humidity, it needs the right pH and nutrients in the soil. But apart from that, when those conditions are met, it is not that seed, it is not the acorn that is making the oak tree happen. It is not the lilac seed that is making the lilac bush or the lilac hedge happen. It is not the apple seed that is making that beautiful apple tree happen. But there's a space of emergence. There's this divine intelligence that is all of life, that flows through all of life. And so as we are moving along this beautiful path of manifestation, rather than trusting our little old me to make it happen, we get to trust that, first of all, we get to trust that this vision, this dream, this intention, this desire that we have caught, that we have become aware of, that in essence, in truth, is a spiritual seed planted within us. And just like any seed in nature, this seed has everything needed. It's been provided with everything needed for it to come into its highest possibility, right? So when we are, let's say that we have cut ourselves, and we may have cut ourselves pretty badly, right? We may need to go to the hospital or the ER. But even so, as the doctors patch us up and they may put stitches and they may do whatever they're doing, but it is not them It is not the medication, it is not us that is healing that wound. But there's this divine intelligence that is the truth and the essence of who and what we are. It is this intelligence that heals the wound. It's the intelligence within the body that heals that wound. We wouldn't even know how to heal that wound. The doctors, they have a sense of how to provide the conditions for the healing to happen. But even they do not even know how to heal that wound. But the healing happens from within. And so it is with every single dream and vision and intention that we ever catch. That as we're moving along this path of manifestation, yes, there are things we need to learn. Yes, there are things that we need to release and let go of for the expansion to happen. There are certain events that need to take place. There may be need for resources that we perhaps currently are not having. But still, it is not up to us to make that happen. It is not up to us to make the money or to make the resources to allow for the expansion, to allow for the unfoldment of this dream, this vision. But the same divine intelligence that makes sure that the sun rises and sets in the morning, in the evening, that makes sure that the grass grows, that makes sure that the clouds fly, that makes sure that the worms in the ground provide conditions for bushes and grass and plants to grow. Not only worms, but them and other creatures, other beings. That makes sure that the tides come and go perfectly. The same divine intelligence that made sure that the distance between the sun and the moon and Mother Earth is just perfect for life to thrive here on this planet. We are not making any of this happen. And yet it is happening. And yet it is happening. So when we become aware of perhaps believing that we need to make it happen, that it is up to us to make it happen, and if we don't do it, it's not going to get done, and if we don't do it soon, it's not going to get done. When we become aware of these thought forms, these beliefs, these stories that we're telling ourselves, the invitation is for us to not deny them. First of all, not beat ourselves up for having them. We did not make those happen either, but content just flows into our minds, and some of it we attach ourselves to, some of it we don't. But when we do become aware, we get to embrace and allow them, not deny them, not resist them, not run away from them, but embrace and allow them. We get to witness and observe them. What is this thought really saying? What does this even mean? So we witness and observe them. We just look at them, listen to them for a brief moment. And this is where the healing happens. This is where the transformation happens. We turn our attention away from that. We can ask the question, this thought form that I've just become aware of, is it serving me? As I'm moving toward allowing for that particular vision or dream or intention to manifest itself here in this dimension, in us and through me, in us and through my life, does it serve me to hold on to this thought form? Does it serve me to engage in this fear, this worry, this doubt? Is it in alignment with the manifestation? And if it is not, we get to turn our attention away from it. We do not need to make it go away. We just simply turn our attention away from it. Trusting. Coming back to trust. Coming back to trust. Coming back to trusting the three fundamental principles, the three pillars of surrender. That this loving spirit, this loving presence is all there is, fully present in every space and place. That it is always for itself, that it is always benevolent, it is always good, And as it is all it is, it means that it is always for all of creation. Ultimately, it is always for you and me. Regardless of who we are, where we are, when we are, this loving presence is always for us. And we also get to trust that it is always expressing itself perfectly. That it is never late, it is never early. There are no mistakes, there are no meaningless acts, there are no random acts. So we get to trust that, and then we get to move from that trust. Which sometimes means that we get to move in spite of fear. We are not moving from fear. We're not letting fear run us, but we are moving in spite of it. And continuously, incrementally, as we are not giving power to these thought forms, as we're not giving power to that which is not in alignment with the good that we wish to see manifested, as we're not giving power to that which doesn't serve, that which no longer serves, gradually it begins to dissolve. Because wherever we turn our attention to the most, that is what we are magnifying, amplifying in our lives. So when we turn our attention away from the belief that we need to trust, that we're trusting our little selves, that it is up to make it happen, that it is up to us to make it happen, as we're gradually turning our attention away from that, we begin to witness and observe that, hey, it is still happening. I'm not making it happen, but I'm continuously being guided and moved and led. All of our needs are met. Everything needed for us to keep moving forward, everything needed for us to keep allowing for that next great and grand version of who we are, it is provided beautifully. Just like that lily on the field, that it doesn't spin, it doesn't toil, it doesn't effort, it doesn't struggle, and yet it is so beautifully, magnificently, and abundantly provided for. And so are we. So are we. So we're not trusting our little selves. If we do, when we do, we are making ourselves a disservice. Putting trust in our little selves and our abilities, and perhaps what we've done in the past, or what we did not do in the past. Because so many of us are holding on to the past, projecting our past achievements or failures onto some future moment, believing that just because I was able to do it, or just because I wasn't able to do it in the past, it means that I'm not going to be able to do it now or in some future moment. That is not ever so. That is not ever so. The past has nothing on us unless we give it something. It has no power over us unless we give it power. But through awareness, through turning our attention away, not attaching ourselves, not identifying ourselves with a particular thought form, we're breaking free from our past. We're breaking free from these stories. So the invitation for us is to become aware of where we are holding ourselves hostage to the belief that it is up to us to make it happen. And the second aspect of that invitation is to set ourselves free. To set ourselves free, to keep moving forward, to keep trusting, to keep allowing for that which is seeking to emerge. And questions we can ask, powerful questions that we can ask, is this thought form, is this belief, is this story, is this judgment or opinion, is it serving me? Is it in alignment with what I wish to experience? If it is, beautiful. And we just keep on magnifying it. Keep on entertaining it. If it's not, we get to make another choice, a higher choice, to turn our attention towards something that is in alignment with what we wish to experience, how we wish to show up in life. All right, so that was it for today. Until we meet again, I bless our days, and I bless our ways, absolutely knowing that all is well, that something wonderful is happening, that everything is working for the highest good now, always. always, forever. Much love, many blessings. Namaste.